Chilling at the coffee shop, but I decided to make this a moment to create content. I clearly don't have the best setup right now because my setup is literally my journal and the powder that I'm about to use very soon. So yeah, I'm just starting with my base. I just use a 𝘊𝘰𝘯𝘭𝘰 sunscreen, and then I went ahead and I'm gonna have to move this because I literally have to use this powder. I told you, man, this is like not an ideal setup. But anyway, maybe I'll just like put it between my legs, like, hey. So yeah, I'm just like blending right now with the cosmetic wedge. I feel like using this instead of a beauty blender is like so much cheaper because these are also like washable and reusable. So I get 32 of them for 90% off of a beauty blender price. So that's the tea. So I wanted to kind of just update you guys on what was going on. It has been a weird, to say the least, just a few weeks. I've been working a lot more. I have 2 jobs. I work actually very close to where I'm at right now. So I work at a place called 𝘊𝘰𝘯𝘶 factory near my house. There are people driving by right now, and I bet they're like, what the fuck is she doing her makeup outside for? But bitch, natural light is the best place to do your makeup, so I don't know why y'all trying to clock me right now, but that's why your shit ain't blending when you walk out the house. You gotta do it outside to make sure you know what you're doing. Anyway, but yeah, it's been a crazy few weeks. I'm not a makeup artist, so I'm sorry for any makeup artists that are cringing watching this right now. Hi, how are ya? Yeah, working a lot. I work at the W&B burger factory up here, but I also work at Sally Beauty, just as extra income, because one of them is a little bit farther from my home than the other, so the days that it's more convenient for me to go up there is when I go. I haven't started yet, but I'm already hired, so just waiting on some paperwork and some finalization details to go through, and then we're straight. But anyways, hi guys, I'm almost done. I'm not really like a huge makeup person, so you'll see me using like the same products for shit, because it's not that I don't like makeup, it's just that I like to have my skin look like skin, you know what I mean? Which is another reason why I blend outside, because you can't know if you're not. But anyways, I have been kind of discouraged upon filming because I don't have the setup that I wish to have, but I know that the more that you put out content, the better. I mean, the OG of YouTube, or one of the OGs, Jenna Marbles, was recording on her computer like way back in the day, and that's what I used to record as well. I think the webcam is like an aesthetic of its own, so I kind of like recording on a webcam, but my webcam is actually like a really nice quality. The audio isn't finicky, and my phone is not too bad, but I don't know, it's kind of weird. But I just wanted to record, update, and tutorial. But yeah, the coffee shop is super active right now. It's really cool because I don't really live in the city. I actually live in a more suburban area, but I feel like it's really nice just to see it kind of flourish, because ever since I've been here, it's just like picked up like a lot. But anyways, away from that aside, sorry, I had to check my leg because I'm pretty sure there was like a fly on me, but I wanted to make sure it wasn't anything else but that, because I'm scared of bugs. Yikes. So in terms of what I've been up to, what I've been doing, I really have just been honing in on what I want to do with this channel and how I want to continue to create content and what my purpose is here on YouTube, because I find it really weird to begin YouTube at this point, just because the market and the platform of YouTube itself is highly saturated, but I think there's always room for new people to come up, create, and share what they feel should be shared, or what they would want to share rather, and really, find their niche and find their place. And that's just really what I've been thinking about. Like, okay, so what is my niche and what is my place, and like, how do I really hone in on that and do it in a way that's authentic and not just make content because I feel pressured to do so, and feel pressured because of the FOMO effect, which is just the fear of missing out. And yeah, I feel like that's another sort of part of why YouTube is such a weird market, because you see a lot of the OGs that, I guess I ended up watching, have made videos multiple times, or even just like one time, where they were talking about what it feels like to burn out, or to feel like they're making content constantly and, they can't really keep up with their own work flow because of the fact that they are doing it, because now they have thousands or millions of people watching, and the more people are watching, the more pressure that is put upon you if you're not giving yourself the necessary breaks that you need in order to recuperate and to see what you really want to do and just really figure yourself out. Because if you don't take the time to just quiet your mind, you don't really know what's going on, and you can't listen to yourself. And the problem with me is that I have been very quiet and I have been listening to my mind, but it's more so the fact that I want to thank you, large trucks, for driving by and being right in my audio. But yeah, the thing with me is that I already know what I want to do with this channel. I know what I want to create. And whenever you're in a spot where you're like, fuck, I want to have a camera and I want to have a tripod and I want to have all this and that, it makes it kind of weird to think of your content as good when you know that there are people out there who have amazing setups and, do all this stuff, and you feel lesser in that way, even though you know that your content is, more than enough. It's just, I am a person, quality over quantity all day long. I am not going to be one of those people that just upload just because, or just for the fuck of it. Like, I really want to have something to say. And I've been going through, I've been going through a lot of family issues that I might talk about in a later video, just because it's so personal and really like heartbreaking, that I don't feel like at this point, as it is evolving, that I want to speak about it just yet. I kind of want to like wait and just be respectful, because I know that my family probably does watch my YouTube videos. I'm pretty sure my mom knows my YouTube link and whatnot, but I just want to make sure that I'm not being like rude and like putting people on blast, because obviously like I wouldn't give like huge details, but it's just the fact of the matter is, like, everybody goes through those times in their family life where you want to be the kind of person that's just like, well, I'm living my best life so I can ignore what my parents are going through. But when you're living with them, me right now, because saving money, it can be a lot more it can be a lot more intrusive on your energy. And like, I really feel like I've had to really be overly protective where I wouldn't want to be, just because it's so difficult to try and block that out when you're right there in the midst of it, and sometimes even in the middle of it. Like, just last night, I will put this out here, but just last night there was an altercation between, my guardians, and one of them, and I'm being very vague for a reason, but one of them was just like, didn't you see like what happened? Like, come and get, or I'm just gonna say it, come and get your mom, basically, because there was an altercation and she was the person involved in it. And she was the person throwing the heat, because honestly, it would have never been the other way around. Like, nobody on here knows my mother, but if there was any altercation at all, you know damn well that she would have not been on the other side of that shit, period. So, yeah, she's just a tough bitch, you know what I mean? Maybe it's because she's a Leo, but I think that's just like from her upbringing as well. Like, it's not even just her sign. Like, she just is a tough bitch and always has been. Like, I remember this funny ass story she told me like years ago, where she used to be like the bully in school. Like, she was like the queen bee kind of shit, like Blair Waldorf, but like throwing hands. You know what I mean? Like, that was some crazy shit. Like, she literally talked about like how people would like suck up to her because they'd be afraid that she was gonna beat their ass. And I'm like, oh my god, who is this woman? Like, what the hell? Crazy stuff. Like a mob boss in like second grade, and all the way throughout primary school she was like that. And I don't know what provoked her to do that kind of shit, but it makes for great storytelling later down the line, I mean. But yeah, anywho, I'm really just trying to find my place and do it in a way that feels authentic, and not just because I'm pressuring myself. And you know, the family affairs that are going on at the moment are really like taking a toll on me that I just wasn't expecting. So I'm just trying to be patient with myself, and I really hope that you guys are staying patient with me. This video is long as fuck. I'm sorry about that. I'm almost done, I promise. But I just wanted to make a quick little chit chat video. I didn't want to leave you guys in the dark, and I wanted to make sure that I stayed with this, because, you know, I started having doubts about myself. I was like, well, maybe I should just like stop doing YouTube and just like come back when I have all my shit. But the thing is like, ain't no stopping, bitch. Like, once I start something, I have to go and just go for it. Like, I've never been the kind of person that would just like sit on anything, because I can't do that. Like, my brain, every time I'm not making content, I'm thinking about making content. Every time I'm not painting or I'm not finishing a piece, I'm thinking about finishing the piece. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a person that likes to procrastinate. I loathe it. I hate it so much. Just because I feel like in high school especially, my procrastination levels were at an all-time high. But whose wasn't, TBH. So, and I feel like because of that, I'm so much harder on myself, because I know my potential and I know where I want to be in life. And I feel like if I would have started back then, because the market wasn't as saturated, I would have already been where I wanted to be in terms of like my financial setting. But then again, if I would have started back then, I wouldn't have had anything to offer, because I was just going through so much mentally that I wouldn't have been able to keep up with it. So I guess like that just wouldn't have been able to manifest at that time. But I feel like everything happens at its time for a reason. I'm a huge believer in that, and I'm highly spiritual. And I feel like even if you're not a spiritual person, you can attest to the fact, just from like certain events in your life, that everything does happen for a reason, whether you know the reason or not right then and there. Later on down the line, the lessons will always come back and show you like why it happened for that reason, and like why you should seize the moment and take it and fucking go for it, because there's no other reason to sit on something when you know that you can do it and you know that you can manifest that shit like crazy. So that's just what I'm just taking the same shade that I put in my contour right here, because it's very red, and I'm kind of just like going on my lid with it because I have like a natural shadow already here, so I'm just kind of like enhancing that. But I'm not taking it under the eye because this is a cream product, so you know. I'm also doing that little nose blush thing, not because it's a trend, but because I've been doing this for a while and I really like it, but I also feel weird doing it now because it is a trend. I feel like trends are very anxious in their manner, because when a trend becomes extremely hyped up, you just kind of feel weird for like doing it. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I'm still gonna do it because I love it and I think it's really cute. And I actually like seeing everyone's looks because I wasn't as creative with that. I just like put it on my nose and like brought it down the bridge and like, took it out like across here. But that was mainly just because I just think it's cute. I just think it's so cute. Anyway, um, this video is edging on 15 minutes. So I will stop it here. I just wanted to stop by and let you guys know that I'm still here. I will be recording another video either today or tomorrow, probably later on today, and talk about some wonderful news aside from all of the pretty deep and not so happy news that I've been sharing today. But I will make a more in-depth updated video about the wonderful things that are happening in my life, because there actually is so much. The 2 jobs is one of them that's really good, because I didn't really have a job for it was like a month and it sucked. And now I got 2, so bitch, work. And so I'm just feeling really blessed, really grateful for all the wonderful things that are happening in my life. And I'm just keeping it to that. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, hit that subscribe button, like and share. I love you all. Stay blessed, stay humble, be grateful. Peace and love. Keep it light, my friends. Bye.